Hello scientists! Thanks for tuning in. This video is about the last step of the scientific method, communicating results of experiments. Let's say that you are a scientist and you just discovered a possible new treatment for cancer patients. You think it is a groundbreaking discovery and it will help so many people if you can get it right. So you are very excited about it. Your next step should be trying to share your discovery with as many people as possible. Specifically, you'll want to share with scientists and doctors who specialize in cancer and cancer treatment. Not everyone in the world, and also not all scientists. The reason why is because you can't do this alone. In order to actually get the treatment made and approved for use in all people, there are a lot of steps that need to take place, including experimentation. The more scientists working on this treatment, the better and faster it can be developed. So the question is, how? How should you go about sharing this information with the specific people who need to hear it? You can't just rely on the phone or emails or written letters because you don't personally know all these people who should hear what you've learned. You need to think big picture here. You're trying to share with possibly thousands of people. How can you make that happen, especially if you don't know exactly who those people are? Think outside of the scientific community to regular, everyday people just like you. If a non-scientist had news to share with the country or the world, how would they go about doing that? How do people share important news with mass amounts of people all at once? One thing that comes to mind for me is the written word, articles. It's easy enough to find newspapers, magazines, and online articles on news websites. These news sources can spread far and wide, and if you share your information to the right one, you'll easily reach a lot of people who would be interested in the news you have to share. However, newspapers like this are not typically the appropriate way for scientists to share their discoveries. Their audience usually isn't everyday people, but other scientists. The cool thing is that scientists have their own newspapers and magazines, but we don't call them newspapers or magazines. They're called academic journals or scholarly journals. But I'm not talking about a personal journal or notebook where they write their findings down. We're talking about something completely different. An academic journal is similar to a magazine that publishes new editions on a regular schedule, such as every week, every month, 4 times a year, or once a year. It contains articles written by people who might be college students, professors, researchers, or scientists. The articles in academic journals are always about research in academic disciplines, things that people study in college, like the arts, history, languages, literature, law, philosophy, economics, geography, political science, psychology, biology, chemistry, outer space, physics, computers, mathematics, business, engineering, and medicine, just to name a few. Again, these articles about these academic areas all contain research, the things that people have learned so far about these topics. When people are looking for research about any of these topics, they'll search for academic journals or for articles about specific topics that would be found in many different journals. An easy way to do this is by going to Google Scholar, a Google search engine specifically for academic articles, or by using a college library's website, as long as you attend or work at that college. Access needs to be paid for, either by you personally, your school, or the place where you work. Scientists will specifically publish articles in scientific journals, which are a type of academic journal about specific science topics. Articles in scientific journals are written to help science progress and to report new research. When scientists publish articles in these journals, other scientists can review them to critique the scientist's work and possibly find flaws. Other scientists can also repeat these studies for themselves to try to support or refute the original findings. The written word is not the only way to spread science research. It can also be done in person. In this picture, you can see a group of people sitting in an auditorium watching someone complete a presentation on the stage. These people might be at a conference or a convention. Conferences are large meetings. People who are all interested about a certain topic come together to make presentations and watch the presentations of others. This allows them to share ideas and learn from other people so that they can grow in their knowledge. You can think of these science conferences being similar to a school science fair, but for adults. These conferences are organized by many different organizations, and they do the best they can to spread the word about their conferences. Sometimes they last just one day. Others last multiple days. People will come from all over the city, the state, the country, or even the world to attend these conferences. For example, a couple years ago, I went to a conference just for science teachers in Michigan, and I learned a lot.